My final paper is about fake news and online searching and the role of information professionals. So when we talk about fake news, what are we really talking about? One definition I found helpful is misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation contains the truth, but often in a misleading and manipulative way. Disinformation is just straight up false information. Libraries exist as a source of information for communities, so it is obviously really important for them to help users find accurate and truthful information. Around the 2016 presidential election, there was an upward trend of fake news, so I wanted to research and see what I could find out about it. I found quite a few recent articles that had a lot of great information. I'll briefly talk about 4 of them. Burkhart's article from 2017 went into the history of fake news and its implications through the ages. Information has always been manipulated in order to control people. Those who could not read had to accept what others read to them as the truth. Likewise, people who were good writers could write convincing stories to make people believe what they wanted them to. Ever since the early days of the internet, there have been hoax websites, which are outlets for fake news. Cook's 2017 article examines the question of motive when searching. She advises looking at both your personal motivations and at the context of the results. It is harder to pick up on cues that would tell you if someone is telling the truth online than it is in person. Zhang and Kim conducted a study in 2018 which tested people's third-person perception, which is basically their self-awareness when it comes to being influenced by the media. They looked at groups of Democrats and Republicans and found that each group suspected the other group of being influenced more than they themselves were. This does not come as a surprise, and Zhang and Kim advised more educational efforts be made to help our democratic system. Finally, Knox's article from 2017 talked about a different kind of fake news: censorship. This is highly relevant since the exclusion of information is a kind of misinformation and is absolutely a way to control and manipulate people's intake of information. Librarians should watch out for self-censorship, which is when they select or do not select items based on their personal beliefs or because of fear of retribution from the community. As information professionals, there are many ways we can help searchers find accurate information. The most helpful is by giving people the tools so that they can perform searches by themselves and spot fake news on their own. It is important to remember that even though librarians often use databases and advanced search engines, most laypeople will return to Google time and again. Since this is a reality, librarians should prepare searchers with tips that work in any search engine. First, work on a thoughtful and specific research question. Second, come up with quality search terms and keywords and be prepared to change them up if you are not getting good results. Use a thesaurus to help find good keywords. Third, search both broadly and deeply. Make sure to include sources and results that fall outside of your everyday perspective in order to help combat implicit biases. Try to hone down your search question and then look for results that offer different viewpoints. Don't stop after the first result. Look for more. Fourth, this is mostly for librarians. Look for ways to eliminate censorship. Examine your organization's web filters and advocate for ones that are adjustable, since so many of them block too much and not the correct content. A lot of them filter out results from minority viewpoints, which are disproportionately considered unfit for consumption. Underlying all of this is the notion of libraries working with their communities to assess information needs. Librarians who know the community well already have a head start on knowing what searchers might have in terms of background knowledge, biases, and what resources are available to them. Here is a chart and an infographic that would be helpful for searchers looking for accurate information. Something like this would be great for wide distribution at libraries. The chart on the right shows vetted websites, and the one on the left has some areas to consider when you look at your results. I hope this presentation gave you a better idea of what fake news is and how information professionals can help users search and return more accurate and credible results. Thank you.